Hey there, I've been wanting to do this video for a little while, and this is Legends of Andor. This is something I picked up a while ago, and I don't know, a lot of you folks that probably tune into these type of YouTube channels, you you likely buy games and have them on your shelves and don't take the shrink wrap off. And I've done that with a few, and part of it is I'll buy a number of games, in my case, 6 or 7 maybe, and none of them get played right away. Some do. Occasionally I get an opportunity to play one right away. But a lot of times, especially since I've just started getting into the hobby again after, well, I never really was in the collecting hobby. I always liked board games, but they were ones that my parents bought. And later on that I bought, but they would be party-type games like Trivial Pursuit or something like that. Now, I'm getting into the more modern board games, and this is a good example of one right here, Legends of Andor. It sat on the shelf for a while. It did win the 2013, it's a European German award, I believe. This is a really beautiful game from what I've seen. I have seen it unboxed on YouTube, and it looks beautiful. And this artwork that you see on the front, it's the kind of artwork you see in the game. I'm going to show you the back of the box before I open it. It's heavy, by the way, very heavy. And you get some idea here of the look of the game board. Really beautiful, kind of an orangey beige, with little like lighted areas here where apparently the sun has hit it or something. It's a desert-like area. You've got a river of some sort running through this. You've got a forest area up here. What looks like a castle up here. The game, from what I've seen, is can be played by one or from 1 to 4, I think. 2 to 4, but you can really play with one as well, which is part of the reason I wanted this, because I thought I could do a solo adventure on this, learn how to play it, and then play with others. And there are some solo adventures. You get character cards, and each one has a slightly different abilities, which I like. And then there's a track on this side of the board. And this indicates, and you roll dice. I like the randomness of it too, because every adventure would be different. This indicates where different events will happen. You don't know what they are exactly, but on this, say that you roll this number here, on this day, whenever you get to it, you'll reveal whatever it is that's supposed to happen here, and then you'll place people on the map, or something will happen. I really like that idea. It says from 2 to 4 players. Oh my goodness, this really is heavy. 10 and up, and from 60 to 90 minutes, which is not too bad. So strategy, some luck, strong on fantasy, strong on cooperation. It's a double-sided game board with this. It really is heavy. It's hard to even tell you how heavy this thing is. It's really heavy. There we go, focused. A lot of pieces, a lot of cards, a lot of small cards, tons of dice. This is a heavy, big game. And I'm going to pop this sucker open. So let me get my my knife out. Give a little bit of a slice here. There's a little bit of loose piece here, which I think I can successfully get at. I think that might be enough. Let's see. From here. Yeah, that corner is probably all I need to do to take it from here. It really is, and you'll probably be able to see it better even as I take the shrink wrap off of it. The colors on this, even on the box, are just kind of a burnt orange. Yeah, it looks better now. Put that away. There. You see, it's just beautiful. Let's take this off. The designer on this, Michael Menzel, put out by Cosmos. Yeah. The box is not the greatest. Oh, the inside's kind of neat, though. I like the fact that it's kind of decorated in here all the way around. Tons of big cards. These are pretty good-sized cards here. Oh, these are the missions. how they do these is a bunch of them. You flip these over, and it'll tell you what to do and what to add where, and there's a little story with it and so on. Really kind of cool. So those are neat. Let's see, as long as we're doing the unboxing thing, let me see something here. I can see already. Okay, you got bags to keep everything in. That's nice. These are character stands, I believe. Here's some dice. Here's more dice. Smaller cards. Then this probably is something to keep track of the turns. Looks like a little pawn from a chessboard. It is, I think, wooden. I would say that's wooden. And these pieces look like they are, yes, these pieces are also wooden. You can see the grain. And you've got a quick start guide. Always appreciated. And then we've got equipment board. Some things you punch. Battle board. Okay, that's going to give us some information on how to do different things, I'm sure. Quick start guide. Here are some of the hero cards that come with it. What I like about these, here's the different characters down there. Also, you put those on those little plastic things that'll hold those. What I like about these are two female characters on this side, but then if you flip it, you get the male version of both, which have similar names. So this one is called down here on the bottom, Thorn, warrior from Rightland, and then the female version is Marin, rank 14. Special ability, Marin gets 5 willpower points instead of 3 when she empties a well. And this guy, rank 14, Thorn gets 5 willpower points instead of 3 when he empties a well. So the exact same abilities, you just have the ability to do a female or a male. Now you notice they have an outline for what could be a shield. You can add a shield later on to the character. I think that's kind of cool too. They've come out with other characters since. Here's reference manual, some of the game materials. Talks about the heroes and so on. See the rule book yet. There may be one in here. There may not be. I don't know. We'll find out. You've got some more things you punch out here. Quite a lot, actually. And this must be this is the board down here, apparently. Let's see. Yeah, interesting that there's no rule book, or at least I haven't seen one yet. And perhaps all you need is the quick start and the reference manual, and that's all you need. I thought there'd be something more, but maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe I missed it. The board is beautiful, though. You get a sense of that right there. Yeah, there's no manual for what I can tell. So that goes on the bottom, and I've seen it done both ways. I've seen where they have kind of an insert, like a cardboard thing that would sit in this box, and maybe raise, or a plastic tray, and then something sits on top. So I'm sure I'll come up with something for this. I'm kind of okay with it the way it is, with that on the bottom, and then all that stuff I'm going to be punching out. So this reference manual. Let's just see something here. Start with a quick start guide. It says when you play for the first time, start with the quick start guide for Legend 1. That will set you up quickly and easily in your first game. Additional game rules will show up every once in a while during your adventure. That's all you have to know. So put this booklet back in the box for now and start with page 1 of the quick start guide. Exciting adventures await. How does the game continue after Legend 1? Once you have successfully completed the first legend and want to continue the second legend, or other legends later on, you will need the legend cards that go with each legend. You will also need the large checklist card. The checklist explains all the preparation you have to complete before each game. Then simply read legend card A1 for the new legend out loud. That's kind of cool. The reference manual goes in there. I will be punching a lot of stuff out after the, put some of this stuff back in here for now. I'm going to punch out some of that other stuff for use in the baggies that they've given me. All right. Reach down for that because it fell. I'll be putting that in a baggie too. So I'm going to start punching stuff out. That's always fun with these games. But it looks like a really cool game. Oh, I should probably open these cards up as long as I'm doing the opening. Get my knife out again because it's not. I don't see a really easy way to open these. With the knife, it'll be pretty simple once I get in there and kind of start the process. It shouldn't be too difficult to open this up without hurting any of the cards. And I'll give you an idea anyway of how this works. I did watch somebody playing this. I don't remember who. One of the many board game websites. Okay, here we go. So, oh man, these cards smell. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is, but new things like this, they have a certain smell, and weird. Okay. So carry out at the beginning of each legend except Legend 1. So the checklist. Then here's Legend 5, which we're not getting to that for a long time, but it'll tell you what to do for all these. So this is Legend 5. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Introductory game. It almost seems like it's backwards to me. So carry out these at the beginning of every legend. All right, let's see here. Yeah, it almost seems backwards. Let's see here. Yeah, A1, A2. I'm going to say these are exactly 100% backwards. So I'm going to flip these around like this. You can see. They go in somewhat alphabetical order. Starting with A1. So that is Legend 5. So what would happen and I don't want to do it now because I don't want to give a lot of stuff away, but what would happen is you'd read each part of these things. A5. This one's called The Wrath of the Dragon. This legend always consists of 21 cards that list what they are. And then you would turn these over and read something from that. And it'll tell you what you need to do, and so on and so forth. So there's quite a few cards. That's Legend 5. So I won't be getting to that for a while. I think they tell you to go in order. These cards are beautiful, by the way. They have like just an old look to them. Here's Legend 4. I don't know what it's called, but there's a bunch of stuff here. Not nearly as many cards as in 5, and that makes sense. Okay, there's Legend 4, The Secret of the Mine. Put that on top of 5 like that. And I'll go to 3. That's 3. Put those on top like that. 2. A little bit longer. Well, maybe not. It didn't have any B's or anything. And And Legend 1, says end of battle on that, so. Yeah. So it looks like there's 5 different missions of sorts. Now, I do know this. You can play it a second time. Granted, you'll know some of the surprises, but yet some of the surprises are random. In other words, there's another deck of cards, and this deck, this has something. I think if I can figure out where it starts, I see a little thing here. Usually, if you can figure out where it starts, you can peel these off easily. Let's see what I'm talking about here. This is little, almost like a ripcord. Once you figure out where it starts, there we go. Throw that away. And these, I believe, are a variety of things. Let me just pop one and read one here. Let me find something that looks... all right, here's a start card. Only required in the introductory game. So let's see what it says. Sudden screams echo through the countryside. They're coming. The gores are moving in the gray of dawn, and Rietberg Castle is in danger. Place gores on spaces 16, 22, 23, and 24, regardless of whether or not a hero is standing on any of these spaces. So they're gores, and they're going to be tokens from within the stuff I'm going to be punching. And these have numbers on them. I don't know what the significance is, so I'm not going to mess with those. They are in order, starting with number 1, and they go up to, well, let's see here. You got some fate cards, so they go up to, oh, that's something else. I don't know. That's something else too. Oh, no, they go up to 34, and then after that you've got 34 cards that are numbered as such. Then you've got more cards that are numbered 1 to 10. Then you've got fate cards. And I don't want to spoil whatever's in store for me, so I'm going to guess these are going to go into separate decks, separate piles. But they will also be going into one of those baggies once I get everything punched. So I'm going to start punching stuff out. But that's Legends of Andor. Just to give you an idea what's in the box. There's a lot of stuff in there. It's really heavy. I like that. I like a game that, some people call it fiddly, I guess. I like fiddly. I like a lot of pieces. I like things that have a lot to them. I'm not a fan of from a gameplay standpoint, I get the simplicity of a simple game that maybe has 16 cards, like a game like Coup, very simple game. Love Letter, very simple game. From a standpoint of playing it, it can be fun. It can be quick and easy. A filler game, as they're called, they can be enjoyable. But for me, if I'm spending, well, this one I got for $25, but if I'm spending $50 on a game, which is what this normally goes for, or maybe even 60. I want to have something to show for my money. And I don't care if those are miniatures, cards, dice, boards, tokens. I want something. I want to show that my $60 went toward something besides the obvious ingenuity of the designer and the developer of the game. This one, so far, meets my expectations and then some. Nothing, of course, matches Mechs and Minions, Mechs versus Minions, which is, to me, the cream of the crop. But this is pretty decent. Pieces are nice. The cards are high quality. Good stock on them. The board looks very nice, very solid. The player cards are thick. The pieces are thick that I'll be punching out. All these boards are thick, every single one of them. So I just took out a blank. Tile's not even blank. It has writing on the back. So here's a tile, you get an idea. That's pretty thick. That's solid. I'm putting some pressure on it. I don't want to break it, but I'm putting a lot of pressure on that. I don't think it's going to break. Yeah. Looks like this goes maybe on the board someplace like this, and you flip it, and then it'll say something on it. So there's probably a bunch of them that are blank, and then this happens to be a merchant, but there's going to be other ones that I'll come across. If a hero ends his move on a space with the merchant symbol, he can buy 1 strength point for every 2 gold then it is the turn of the next hero in a clockwise direction. Okay? There's quite a few of these blank ones there, so I'll be punching those out. And like I said, putting them into the baggies that they provided, getting this whole thing packaged up, and then reading over the quick play guide for sure. And then this will be a game that will be ready to be played whenever I find somebody who wants to play it, or if I want to try the solo mission, or even walk through the first mission by myself. But I've got a son off tomorrow. This may be one we play. We'll see what he feels like. We started to play Star Wars Rebellion the other day. We got into it pretty well. We liked it. He may want to continue that, or even start over again. We just want to get a feel for it. We do that with a lot of games. We'll play it. It actually took 2 hours, but we opened it up. We hadn't opened it before, so he was there helping me with putting some things together, organizing some things. We looked over some rules. We had some questions. We looked at some things up on the internet. It's all part of the process, and eventually we'll actually play the game. But it might take 2 or 3 times before we actually finish one. Star Wars Rebellion may be something we play. We've got War of the Ring to play with 2 long games. We've got Blood Rage, which could be quick. We started Mechs vs. Minions and loved it. We may or may not get to that tomorrow. Then I've got games like Legends of Andor. All right. Well, I am watching The Green Mile. If you never watched this is a great movie. And I paused it, so it must have been a half an hour that it's been paused, so it started back up again. So I'm going to go back and watch a little of this Green Mile. It's really good. Stephen King short story. Tom Hanks. Really nice. Anyway, I digress. That is Legends of Andor. I'm going to go back to watching the movie while I punch everything out. Hope you enjoyed this, guys. Take care. We'll see you the next time.